Welcome to the Harvest to Table video channel, where we help you grow your own fresh produce at home. Today we're diving into the world of celery. Growing celery in your home garden can be a gratifying endeavor. While celery has a reputation for being a challenging crop, following the right steps can yield lush, crisp stalks, perfect for salads, soups, and snacks. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned gardener, simply choosing the right variety and controlling celery's growing conditions will ensure success. You can grow celery at home that has more flavor and texture than store-bought varieties. Let's get started. First up, choosing the right celery variety can make all the difference in your success. Here are 4 popular celery varieties that are easily grown in home gardens. First, the variety called Tango is known for its crisp texture and rich flavor. Tango is more tolerant of heat than other varieties and less prone to bolting. It is ready in as few as 80 days. Next, the variety called Tall Utah is a classic variety with long uniform stalks, perfect for salads and cooking. It matures in 100 to 120 days. Lastly, 2 varieties, one called Giant Pascal and the other called Golden Self-Blanching, are heirloom varieties. Both are considered self-blanching celeries, meaning their stalks grow naturally pale, tender, and sweet. Both thrive in cool conditions. Giant Pascal matures in 110 days. Golden Self-Blanching matures in 85 days. Harvest these varieties when stalks are firm, thick, and about 6 to 12 inches or more tall. You can harvest the whole head at maturity or harvest outer stalks as needed earlier. When to grow celery. Celery is a cool weather crop, and the best time to grow depends on your climate. Planting celery in spring is most common. For spring planting, start seeds indoors 10 to 12 weeks before the average last frost date where you live. Transplant seedlings into the garden when the soil is workable and daytime air temperatures are consistently warmer than 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and nights are 40 degrees or greater. In warmer climates or regions with mild winters, fall planting is a good strategy. To grow celery as a fall crop, sow seeds indoors in late summer and transplant seedlings outdoors 10 to 12 weeks before the first expected frost. Keep in mind, celery does not tolerate extreme heat or cold. Prolonged temperatures above 75 degrees Fahrenheit can cause bitterness or bolting. Temperatures below 40 degrees can damage plants. Starting celery seeds indoors. Celery seeds are tiny and slow to germinate. Starting them indoors is the best way to get a jump on the growing season. Fill small pots or trays with a half and half mix of seed starting mix and potting soil. Place the seeds on the soil surface and barely cover them. Celery seeds need bright light to germinate. Seeds typically germinate in 10 to 20 days at temperatures between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Use a heat mat if needed to maintain warmth. Provide at least 12 hours of light each day and keep the soil just moist. Celery seedlings are ready to move outdoors when they have grown 3 to 6 inches tall and the garden soil temperature has warmed to at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit, usually a few weeks after the last spring frost. Plant celery in a sunny or partially shaded location with fertile, well-draining soil. Before planting, work aged compost or well-rotted manure into the soil to ensure it is rich in nutrients. Celery thrives in soil with a pH of 6.0 to 7. Space plants 10 to 12 inches apart in each direction in wide rows. Space narrow rows 12 to 18 inches apart. At transplant time, water celery with a dilute solution of fish fertilizer and apply a layer of organic mulch around the plants to retain soil moisture, regulate temperature, and suppress weeds. Caring for celery. Celery requires consistent moisture. Keep the soil evenly moist, but avoid overwatering, which can lead to root rot. Celery is a heavy feeder. Add a balanced organic fertilizer to the soil before planting. Apply a side dressing of aged compost around plants monthly. Use a nitrogen-rich organic fertilizer with a 10-5-5 formula early in the season to encourage leafy growth. Later apply a potassium-rich fertilizer, such as 5-5-10, to enhance stalk development. While celery is not pest-prone, keep an eye out for aphids, slugs, and caterpillars. Use a spray of water to knock pests off plants, or use insecticidal soap or neem oil to keep them under control. Powdery mildew and leaf spot can be problems. To avoid these diseases, ensure good air circulation, avoid overhead watering late in the day, and remove infected leaves promptly. Hilling and blanching celery. Some gardeners hill or blanch celery to produce stalks that are pale white at the bottom. Blanched stalks are more tender, but unblanched, green stalks have more flavor and a lot more nutrients. To grow pale stalks, hill or blanch your celery plants. To hill celery, gently mound soil around the base of the plants to block light from reaching the stalks. Another way to blanch stalks is to wrap the stalks with wax paper 2 weeks before harvest to achieve the desired tenderness and pale color. The easiest way to get blanched celery stalks is to simply plant a self-blanching variety such as giant Pascal or Golden Self-Blanching, which will do the job all by itself. And now, harvesting celery. Celery typically matures about 3 to 4 months after planting, depending on the variety. You can begin harvesting individual stalks when they are 8 to 10 inches tall, or you can wait to lift the entire plant at maturity. Individual, outer stalks can be harvested as needed, allowing the inner stalks to continue growing. Use a sharp knife to cut the stalks at the base. When lifting the whole plant at maturity, handle the head carefully to avoid bruising the delicate stalks. After harvesting, celery can be enjoyed fresh or stored for later use. Wrap celery in damp paper towels or place it in a plastic bag and store it in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Ways to serve celery. Here are 4 simple ways to prepare and enjoy celery. First, try celery sticks with dip. Cut celery into sticks and pair them with hummus, peanut butter, or ranch dressing for a quick, healthy snack. The crunchy texture makes it perfect for scooping up your favorite dips. Next, add celery to stir fries. Slice celery thinly and toss it into stir fries for added crunch and a mild, fresh flavor. Celery pairs well with other vegetables, tofu, or meat dishes. Try celery soup. Celery soup is easy to prepare. Blend cooked celery with onions, garlic, carrots, and potatoes for a creamy, comforting soup. And finally, try celery salad. Slice celery thinly and combine it with sliced onions or apples and walnuts. Add a tangy vinaigrette for a refreshing salad. And there you have it, celery from seed to serving. By following these steps, you can successfully grow celery in your garden. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the harvesttotable.com video channel for more tips. You can see our full celery growing guide at harvesttotable.com. Just enter grow celery in the search bar. We'd love to hear about your celery growing journey. Please leave a comment below and be sure to hit the share button and send this video to a friend. Thanks for watching today and happy gardening. See you in the next video.